Hi, my name is Jared Brown, and today I'll be giving a presentation over the Presence book by Cuddy and discussing the topics that presented the largest impact on me, not only throughout this course that I learned, but that I will also be able to take going forward. I was really happy that we got to go over this book because I found it very useful and interesting. A lot of what we talked about really grasped my attention. And just hearing her story and hearing how she could overcome something like that, then I think that anyone can do anything they put their mind to. But some of my biggest takeaways were when she discussed imposter syndrome, the fear, which is like the fear of being exposed as a fraud and being in a situation where you think you're someone that you're not, or someone else has the potential to expose you as a fraud. And even with all of her accomplishments, like going to Harvard, she still struggled with this. And she found coping ways to deal with it, such as body language and how that has a direct effect on mood and emotions. Also, holding a power pose for 2 minutes can make you feel more confident. So going into a challenging situation, you can do either one. Like, you can think beforehand, what is my body language going into this situation? Because that's going to affect your mood, your confidence going into it. And if you struggle with anything like that, then you can do a power pose like she discussed in the book. Also, strangely, like I discussed, smiling with a pencil in between your teeth can make you happier, apparently, which I found really interesting. And those are good techniques you can use going into an interview, prep for them during an interview, so you don't really have to go back and be like, oh, I wish I could have another shot at that interview. You don't want to do that, so it's key to prep before. And you've got to use body language to fake it till you make it, which she discussed a lot about, which basically being confident, even when you're not, people notice that, especially it could be not even in the workforce. You're having a discussion with a professor, friend, anyone. Confidence goes a long way, and people can genuinely see that. Another takeaway that I thought was pretty cool was in chapter 9, it talks about how to use power poses in challenging situations. So still talking about power poses, it just gives you a peace of mind in situations where you can think, okay, I'm going to put my best foot forward and this is the best I can do. She also talks a little bit about presentations, which is kind of weird because she talks about standing and pacing back and forth, which I agree definitely helps in the presentation. But with this presentation, I feel like it's a little different since I'm just recording myself. But honestly, finally, I'd probably say my biggest takeaway came from chapter 10 when we read and discussed self-nudging, because that's something that I feel like I personally struggle with a little bit. Just making small adjustments that lead to big change every day. It's like you just get 1% better every day, and that adds up. And it's hard to make drastic adjustments. So it's a lot easier to grasp the idea of getting 1% better each day instead of trying to do leaps and bounds, because then you get overwhelmed. And basically on page 254, she referenced Daniel Kahneman, where he says nano-sized investments return medium-sized gains, and I couldn't agree more. Well, I'm going a little over, but thank you.